What's going on, guys? We got Perth Pro Players team captain here, Jimmy James. The man is going to show us Old Faithful, the big boy, Jiren. So, a few people asked about this a couple of weeks back. I think I got a top with it.
Yeah, I won recently and I've topped. So, I mean, it's Jiren, man. He's right now. He's on. He's on the top for me.
Yeah,
I've been doing quite well with him. So, we're here doing a updated profile.
Yeah, awesome. All right, let's get into it, man. So
by now, I'm pretty sure everyone knows really what he does, but we'll just run it over for people that don't. So Jiren he's an aggressive leader, aggressive deck. Great thing about this leader is that he can take his own life. So the auto is once per turn, or the activate main, sorry. So you take a life, add it to your hand, and look up to the top 7 cards for a Universe 11, 1 cost, and play it in rest mode, which is really cool. His auto is the Spirit Boost, where you got a minus a marker from your Unison, and you can X-Evolve on one of your Jirens during your opponent's turn, which is quite handy. But this deck, I've mixed and matched with this so many times, as you guys could probably imagine. That many times I've played this deck. So Unisons are in my side, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
Yeah.
Awakening
cool.
is an untap one, draw one, which is I think is just the best for this sort of leader. Limit 2 for his auto is in your turn when you X-Evolve twice, he gains plus 5k power, which is huge. So it becomes a 25k base. Keeps the Spirit Boost as well, which is absolutely awesome as well when you're playing Unisons, and also attacks, draws a card. So it's nice. So start off the deck with the 1 cost Jiren the Avenger. So obviously we play 4 of that guy and 4 of the Thirst for Power. These are the main base Jirens that you need in the deck. Is a must 4 of playset, as you can see. So the Avenger is when he's played, you draw a card, which is nice, and his activate main, limit once per turn, is when he is in the drop area, you get to discard a card from hand, place in the drop area, and put him back underneath the deck. Look for a 5 or less X-Evolve Jiren card from your deck and add it to your hand, which is really cool. Absolutely awesome for finding out your pieces. The deck has great synergy. It's works really well. It's pretty much the way I've built this deck. I feel it's like an 80% hit, 20% miss. So we're going to find those Universe 11s regardless.
Yeah, sweet.
And also there's the, what do we call this one, Pax, again?
I mean, you got Hipster Jiren and Corn Dog Jiren.
And Corn Dog,
right?
that's it. So we call this one Hipster, we call this one Corn Dog. So Thirst for Power is great as well. When he's played, you get to look up the top 5 cards and add any Jiren card to hand.
Yeah.
Or a Unison.
Yeah.
So,
how often do you find you're using this activate main effect on the Corn Dog Jiren?
at least 3 or 4 times a game.
Yeah. Pretty consistent.
Yeah,
mate.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's great for searching out your pieces. Like I said, very consistent. It's absolutely wonderful. I love that card.
Yeah,
it's probably like one of your main cards
for sure
that you need. The other 1 costs we use are, we play 3 of this Kunchi. Just kind of destroy there on the board for you guys.
3 Kunchi.
3 Kunchis. Is the one that gives barrier to all your 1 costs, except for himself. If he gave it to himself, they'd just be busted. It'd be great. This is from Draftbox. I can't remember which Draftbox it was from.
2, so
I think
Draftbox
2?
5.
Yeah, Draftbox 5, okay. So this one is on play, draws a card, which is nice, and negs 4k power off one of your opponent's battle cards. Which is nice for getting rid of those little knickknacks.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of 4-cost battle cards now that people use to X-Evolve on and such. And my little spice to the deck is Bear Hug Tupper. He's from Draftbox as well. I thought I'll add this guy in because he's another resource for Awakening.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, so when he's played, you crit a life and neg 15k power off one of your opponent's battle cards.
Yeah, huge.
So that's my little spice to the deck so far. I find I only play a 2 of him because obviously it's a big hit for you to take a critical to yourself. To damage yourself 1 life straight to the drop area. That's huge. So you want to get more value out of it. The only time really I'll use him is if I feel I need to get rid of one of my opponent's battle cards. That's a pretty big threat. Or yeah, I'm in that position of self-awakening as well at the same time, where they just would not expect this.
For sure. Or even just like kill a blocker or something like that if you're going for game.
Get rid of a blocker and then self-awaken on one turn is huge when they don't, where they know that, you know, Jiren doesn't really have that resource of self-awakening except for the leader ability. Nice. So you're doing that twice. It's good.
I assume you're on 4-4-3.
4-4 of the, so there's the main Jiren package, the chain. We got the promo here as well.
Yep.
I've decided to run 2 of the promo because this can be huge at times to search out with your 1-cost corn dogs as well.
Yep.
The fact as well, if you're looking for something and you're finding it tough, he looks at the top 7 and grabs any Jiren to hand, and then you replace that by putting 1 card back underneath the deck. So it kind of recycles it for you. Yes, and obviously people know the 5-cost.
It's probably the best one.
It's just the best. I feel it's so good, man. Like, because
such a good card.
The fact that you don't have to evolve it on a 4-cost, you can evolve it on a 1-cost as well. It's a 1 or a 4 for 1 energy, plus 1k, as well as draw a card. 19k dual attack, and permanent is that he can't be removed from your battle area by skills.
Yep.
That's huge. The 4-cost, negging 10, drawing a card as well. That's huge. So these are just little things that can get rid of your knickknacks, you know, when people are bringing out their blockers and such, especially with their token blockers. And then just dual attack pressure is always nice, you know. So I absolutely love that card. The 5-cost is what I've won off the back on so many times.
For sure.
So with my big boy, the 8-cost, the Zenith of Power, I choose to run 3.
Yep.
Because most of the time, I don't feel like I would want to go in for game. Well, I don't want to go into this unless I'm going for game.
Yeah, yeah.
Simply because, he doesn't have barrier, he doesn't have deflect, doesn't have any skills, so he can be removed that way, like from anything really. But the fact that he negs 35k ignoring barrier of something is a 35k dual attacker essentially, is just huge in itself on your turn 3.
For sure.
So if I feel I'm going to end my opponent on their turn 2, my turn 3, you know, I'm going to dump this guy, just go for ham.
Yeah.
My other resource is the UI Goku. I play a 1 of this guy. So this is my other little spice tech to it as well, because this guy can also be quite effective in your defense turn. You bring him out for 2, you're +5 on your leader, so he's a 20k base during your defense. And then you've got a dual attack of 20k out there for your next turn. Also on your offense, his permanent effect comes into play. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen during your defense, but during your offense, it's quite nice. He can't be removed by skills. And that's always good too, because your 5-cost there, they can't remove it. UI Goku there, they can't remove it.
Yeah.
So it starts to become a bit of a problem for your opponent.
Good to clear boo unisons as well, like I said.
So, you know, when I'm versing blue, this definitely comes handy because he's a 25k essentially dual attacker that's just gonna chip away at Boo, and the Boo can't do nothing about it. You know, that's absolutely wonderful.
Exactly what you need.
This is where these play a huge part in the deck. The promo.
This is probably your MVP, right?
This is my MVP, man. Yeah, any sort of opposite aggro, anything like that is very handy because you just bounce your 1-cost back out. You know, so stuff that's kind of clearing your board as well. Your bounces back out for free, 2 1-costs by dumping that from hand, and then X evolving for free on the 4-cost, tap 2, you're back into the 8.
Yeah.
For 2 energy, it's just huge.
It's huge, hey.
Free 10k as well. It's basically another super combo essentially by bouncing stuff back out from your drop.
Yeah, yeah.
So you see, I'm utilising my drop area a lot from the
so much utility.
Yeah, exactly. The corn dogs, the promos, you know, they all utilise stuff from the drop, and it's quite handy. Super combos. I chose to go to 2 Raditz split with 2 Gine, just simply because with the Gine, I like knocking them onto the 5-cost because he's a 19k.
Yep.
Just she gives an additional 6k combo power and draws a card on top of that. So it's quite nice, you know. Same thing can be said with these as well. I chose to add these in too. Cabba's Awakening, 3 of them. It's a 0-cost 6k combo. it gets you over the line when you're in the defense. To, save you from the beatdown, or if you're on the offense, it's good to put that on and get that extra K combo is quite nice. 6K combo can always be quite troublesome.
For sure.
So yeah, that's my nice little spice there for Jiren now. Going into the Negates. This is where I've had a bit of a hard time to decide on how I've always wanted to run Negates, because the deck, I feel,
you don't want to have too much, because you don't want to clunk up too much. It's kind of a tough one.
So I went for a 2-2 split. I've been trying this out lately. It's been working quite well. So Violent Rays, I've been like, alright, we'll dump 2 Violent Rays in the deck. Obviously it's a good negate, freezes your opponent for the turn. You choose battle cards, negate the attack, discard additional card, and then they go to, they can't attack with 20k or more, which is nice. And After Image.
It's a good card.
It's a very good card, man. Next 10k from your opponent's cards and plus 40k.
Yeah, it was huge.
Very effective. So I feel, and I can do that with no energy as well, obviously because of the sparking. So
very easy to have your sparking available in this deck too.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel it's kind of like the balance on where I'm at the moment. Yeah, like I said, I do like to play mostly my aggressive decks like to play with no negates at all.
Yeah.
But this is where I've kind of been feeling the nice split edge with that. 2 Koitsukais.
2 Koits, great card.
Yep. Love these in the deck, man. It's a good 5k combo, and then obviously being in the drop, again, another card I can utilize in my drop area.
Yeah, and discard off Jiren.
Yep, discard Jiren.
Yep.
Tap 1, remove this from the game, and then your opponent, if they're going to counterplay you with, I believe, a 20k or less battle card.
Yep.
Or 20k or more.
20k or less.
Yeah, battle cards with 20k power or less. Yeah. They've got to discard 2 cards from their hand.
Yeah.
You're going to punish them, and then it makes them go, on the back foot a little bit, or something like that. 1 further instruction. This is the Jimmy special.
It's always a good card.
It's always just having that one-off in there, especially when you power that on with the leader. Because there's times like, if I choose to dump the UI Goku, I'll give him the plus 5k. When I restand the Jiren, it's another plus 5k. 2x evolves on that one turn. The guy's a 35k base,
Huge.
Dumping that for 1 energy. 45k double strike's quite nice.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure you all can agree with that one. So I decided to play a one-off counterplay for Vegeta. The Resolve.
How's it working for you as a one-off?
Yeah, it's not too bad because it's a one-off. It can be handy at times. I've only used it a handful of times, so it has come in clutch for me. So it's been a good saver as well. So counterplaying your opponent when they don't expect that sort of thing in a deck like this can actually be, quite useful to the advantage of your gameplay. So it kind of tilts the tides in your favour. And the last card, the Seeker Rare Pan, man.
Amazing card.
Beautiful card.
Doesn't need too much. It's very easy to build board in this deck, so it's very easy to play out for free, offensively and defensively.
100%, man. The cards, the cards is like the best Seeker in the game right now, besides the Kai maybe, and
Hatches, very good.
Hatch as well.
But you can only play in blue, so.
But you can only play in blue, exactly.
Yeah, definitely, and even Selzeno at the moment's running rampant
exactly,
as well.
Yep.
All right, let's get into sideboard as well.
We'll get quickly into the side.
So this is where we've got our unisons hiding, right?
This is where we've got the unisons, yeah.
So we run 3 Jiren. So for the love of Jiren.
For the love of Jiren. I love Jiren, man. He's probably, I feel like he's kind of like up that little bit notch over Broly for me at the moment, just because on how it's performing.
You heard it here first, guys.
Yeah. It's just how it's been performing. It's a good deck, and this unison's just so good. I mean, we all know what it does, right?
Yeah, it's incredible.
The auto, just so you guys, people that are watching that don't know, I'll just quickly run it down for you, man. When your opponent plays a battle card, you can choose a negate by 10k. The first card that they play, because it's your auto, you can choose that card. Otherwise, you can wait.
Yeah.
The +1 is it gets double strike. That's huge. And then the neg 3 is an activate battle. Negs, I believe, 25,000 power. Ignore and barrier off one of your opponent's battle cards.
Yeah, which is huge.
It's massive. The counterplays that we play to this are 3 Yamchas as well. Now, I did play the Videls, but I felt like the Yamchas were just more effective because he's a 15k base power, and I like having that bit more of that attack pressure on the board during my next turn. I feel it's a bit more useful. Vidal's only 10k. She She is good though. It negs 20k off 2 battle cards, but yeah, I just felt like I can get more use out of the Yamchas.
Yeah, that's fair. And I guess you don't
I
have
like
to.
'em.
You don't have to spirit boost as well.
The spirit boost,
So if
yeah.
because you are spirit boosting sometimes defensively, right?
Yeah,
For your EX evolve. So there's a potential that you don't
100%.
want to spirit boost too much and kill your Jiren.
Yeah,
So that's fair enough.
Exactly, yeah.
Yep.
So that's my combination for unisons and counterplays for that.
Yep.
Moving to the side. Probably Crown Match, man. We all know what this does. If only leaves 2 energy up, I'm going to punish you.
Everyone, yeah, exactly. It's
I'm gonna look
good
at-
against yellow and blue. Sometimes green if they
Yep.
leave energy up, but
Same thing with
great
mine.
card. Great card against blue.
Yep. Barrier, if they choose to untap with Dimension Magic or something, I'm going
Yep.
to punish you again.
Yep.
So these are kind of just like my useful tools that I use as my silver bullets against blue and such.
For sure.
And extra violent rays as well.
Yep.
Just in case I want to go up to 3, if I want to kind of, if I'm like versing a deck that I feel is going to just control me a little bit more than I like, and
Yeah.
I'm not getting off to the right start, I feel maybe, you know, having that extra negate in there can help.
Yep.
Hand destruction,
Yep.
you know, so we play 2 Deburras.
It's only really sell at the moment.
It's
hand
only
destruction.
sell, and the thing is,
They only
it
do it
probably,
really once.
yeah, I'm probably not going to really use this as much, but I
Yeah.
still like to have it in my side
Yep,
just in
that's
case.
fair. I definitely agree.
That's for Janemba and Cooler. For all sorts of mills.
The old mills. Oh, Jam and Mill, Cooler Mill.
Cooler mill and
People
that.
enjoy that.
Yeah, so I thought about the Elder and I was like, you know what, this card can come in some clutch at times when I choose to
sure.
discard a card and chuck 3 battle cards back from my drop into
Yeah.
my bottom of my deck.
Yeah, because you do your combo is quite strong.
Yeah,
For
so
sure. And
know-
especially with your deck being able to search off the 1-drops, it kind of helps to fuel a little bit more too.
yeah, so I can just like, I got like the 1-cost Jiren that can get back under my deck.
Yep.
I got these that can help me chuck some cards back under my deck. Like, so
Yeah.
it's kind of refueling that engine to kind of keep myself going as well. If they're gonna, you know, control me and outlast me.
Yeah.
Because obviously with this deck, you're expending your resources very, very quick, and you're going to go through your 4 costs, you're going to go through your 5 costs, and you get such things like this when your opponent, if you're versing a mill deck, they mill those pieces out too. It's good to kind of have this sort of resource to build that back into your deck, you know?
Yeah, for
So
sure.
That's
For
what I
sure.
thought of anyway, but
Awesome.
remains to be seen.
All right. Well, there we go, guys. Before we get going, Jimmy, any shout outs, my man?
Yeah. So big shout out to all my boys there at PX3. Everyone's doing a great job. Michael Paxton behind the video here. Thank you very much, man, for doing all the recordings. Our collaboration partners, Team Card Titan, Indy there. And everyone else that builds this community into what it is today. It's been a great ride and it's gone well.
Awesome. All right. Before we get going, guys, please remember to like and subscribe. Hit that bell to stay notified. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.